people. A performance note, if you hit the button to speak, only press it once. If you think it's an elevator button, it will not work. So only press it once. That one should work. Yeah, okay. Public comments from a well-known stranger. Oh, right, I'm sorry. Thank you. You can't leave us. You can't leave us. I know. Pursuant to the provisions of 2.68.030, the Metropolitan Code of Laws, please take notice that decisions of the Metro Human Relations Commission may be appealed to the Chancery Court of Davidson County for review under a common law writ certiorari. Any appeal must be filed within 60 days after entry of a final decision by the Commission. Any person or other entity considering an appeal should consult with an attorney to ensure that time and procedural requirements are met, end quote. Now, public comments to a well-known stranger and friend, Ashley Batchelder. We grant you 2 minutes and maybe more.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Batchelder. I'm the Interim Executive Director of Metro Arts. For the period of 1 month now, last Friday, the other day, was my 1 month anniversary of taking that role on. And I wanted to just come give you an update about what we've done in that month. Earlier today, the Arts Commission had a special called meeting with the purpose of approving grants for the FY24, FY25 cycle. We authorized 90 grants to our operating grants. So those are our organization grants to organizations of all sizes, of all types of work. And we authorized 75 Thrive projects to individuals or other community and neighborhood groups and organizations. And so in total, we made the decisions today to authorize the $3.263 million that has been sort of waiting to be granted out. The money will still be 4 to 6 weeks before it gets into the hands of community members and organizations. That's just how long it takes through the Metro process. But today we made a major step, and so a lot of work went in the last month to make this happen. Of course, you all helped push the process along every step of the way over the challenges of the last year or so. And so I just wanted to give that update, and hopefully you'll be seeing Metro Arts much more public-facing work that we have planned for the next month. Different community events that we will be doing, doing a lot more engagement than the agency has in the last year. And so I just wanted to come share that is where we are, and y'all's duty is done, so I know you won't be asking me for formal updates, but I just wanted to share that with you, so thank you so much.
You actually had another 15 seconds, but thank you for the updates. Thank you for visiting us. It's great to see you and great work. Before we proceed, oh, there it is. You see? We have a new commissioner with us today, Kara Ince. Would you like to introduce yourself to us?
Sure. I'm Kara Ince. I'm a native Nashvilleian. Currently work at Vanderbilt in the research office, formerly with Congressman Jim Cooper in Connection Americas, and just happy to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you on board. Welcome. Our next item on the agenda is review and approval of the minutes from last month. Are there any comments or suggestions? Do I have a motion?
I move we accept the motion as the minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor to accept the minutes, please raise your hands. It is unanimous. No abstentions, no nays. Financial updates. E.D. Davey.
You have your financial printout there. And in our attempt to get it corrected, it is still not correct. We talked today about whether or not we just need to get someone from finance to come here and explain why it is not accurate. They have entered information again in the wrong area, and they are promising to work it out. If you have any particular questions, I can answer those, but we are actually under budget. We have reallocated some of those available funds toward the No Hate on My Plate initiative, and we've worked that out with finance at this point. So if you have any questions about it, but the red there is not correct.
Thank you for pushing that for me. Okay, Chair, I just wanted to ask, because it's March, and we have, I'm trying to see where we have our leftover. What has not been spent? Is that what's on the, that's the total that's spent on the very far right column, is that right? 592?
Yeah, that's what has been spent, but we actually have another form that we use to calculate the overages, and this is not the form to get that from.
Because the total's not at the bottom of the.
No.
Yeah, okay. Because I was just, you know me, I'm always worried about money that's not going to get spent. I don't care about what you have spent. I'm worried about what you haven't spent.
Well, the monies that we had available, and let me see if I actually have that form in here.
And we can talk about it later too.
Yeah.
We don't have to hold up the meeting, but that's my biggest thing, because they'll take that away from you if you don't reprogram it. And if we're asking for more.
No, I don't have that I need.
Have you had your council, you haven't had your council meeting for this year's budget?
No,
Okay.
that's coming up. Well, the first meeting will be the first meeting will be with the mayor's office. And then about a month later, it'll be with the council. And they've already reached out to us to set us on the
Great.
council meeting. Our situation that we're working with, that's maybe to your point, is HR is backed up. And so that's what's really creating the excess. So it's not like there's other line items per se that we're going to lose. If we were to lose anything, it would be payroll savings that we couldn't spend for not having someone hired for a year.
And HR is backed up as in things aren't going out for you to get resumes, for you to do interviews, for you, that part of it, or?
The process.
Okay.
I think we'll talk about this later.
Okay, sorry.
Under executive.
Well, okay.
Okay. Any other questions about the budget? Okay.
So just for clarification, for the approved budget there, does that, especially for the regular pay, does that include your increase and the reclassification of all the positions? Is that included in what was approved for this year?
Yes, those things are in our budget for this year, yes.
So that's one reason why it's so, okay, got it, thanks.
Any
And
other
those
questions?
things, once they're put in the budget as an FTE, even if they're not expensed, you don't lose those. Because once the position is funded, it stays funded until you actually lose the position.
Okay. Other questions? Thank you, Edie Tucker. Moving on to old business, our 60th anniversary party. First, I want to say it was a huge success, and thank you to the staff, the entire staff. Crystal's here, Ashley came out, Mark helped, Kathy helped, everyone helped on board. Anyone I'm forgetting? That's it. And Edie Tucker, it was amazing to come together. I'd like to thank the mayor, vice mayor, the council members, particularly council member at large, Zulfat Sarara, for a moving speech at the end. And it was such a timely event. And Edie Tucker, I'm sure you have some comments, but I thought it was remarkable. It was amazing to see the history of this commission in our present moment. It was very moving and inspiring in so many ways.
I'm just overjoyed by the way it came off, but I also want to say big thanks has to go to you all for supporting it, showing up, being in the mix. I think it came off better than we expected. I'm grateful to the mayor and the vice mayor, the council people that showed up, MCC in the way in which they hosted us. And I'm grateful. I've heard multiple things from people. Mark coordinated with 353 Media for the old commissioner tape that we saw. That's actually a much larger, and we're finishing up this documentary that will actually trace a lot of that. Those were very timely comments. So the staff did a wonderful job. I mean, I could just go on and on. That was a moment, even as I shared, as we met to discuss, I was the lone advocate for having Sunday to be the keynote address. And thankfully, I was voted down. And Dr. Tran and her had that discussion, which I think was more pointed than maybe she would have done as a keynote. It was a great event. Thank all of you again for not only supporting it, but supporting us. When you all sign on and support us, that's what really empowers us. So I'm grateful for that.
Thank you. I'm very proud to be on this commission, and I think I am grateful for the commissioners on this board, and I think we together should be proud. And that was amazing to see a ballroom full of people to celebrate our continuing work. So thank you. Thank you. New business, moving on to new business committee update. The executive committee, we talked a lot about HR with Ashley moving to the Metro Arts Commission, and then Kathy's no longer with us. Edie Tucker will be out for a little bit for medical reasons. Edie Tucker, you want to just update us on the blockage of the HR and the FTEs and so forth?
I had a meeting today, and we're still discussing. We've been in contact with HR constantly. We're waiting on them now. Our frustration is our staff is so small even when we are full strength, so that when you lose a person and then when you lose two, and it just reverberates out, and that causes us to have to put some things on pause just to keep certain things going. Like right now, going into the budget, Mark is the lead on that. We've got all our stuff. We think we got it all put in, but then Thursday is Music City Iftar, which again is another leading up to that. That's been tons of planning to do that. We're getting done the work that's pressing. I think we just automatically reverted to what's next on the calendar. And that's how we're operating right now. We have, since Daniel has been there, and even as we work now on these rules and procedures to formalize the Title VI and the investigation process, there's also a person that we're waiting to hire there that will be able to help as we move toward auditing, inspecting, and training. So all of it's connected. But, you know, as I look across Metro, there are other departments that are behind on getting people. We don't have the positions listed even at this point to start pulling down. We've not accomplished the reclassifications that were approved in the last budget year. We have complied with everything we should and could do. And even as I look across Metro, as I said, you know, they're struggling with hiring executive directors, and I don't know what their internal issues are, but it's got us where we're having to pick and choose what we can do.
Is there,
I'm sorry,
sorry.
Whitney.
I was just gonna ask, is there anything we as commissioners can do to help perhaps speed the process or bring some urgency to it?
Well, no, not at this point. Not at this point. Not at this point. We're continuing to work with them, and we're continuing to work with them. So no, I don't want to turn it into an official thing from the commission. You all have done that before, and I think that has its place, and this is not, I don't think this is one of those times, so I'll save that.
I was just going to say, for context, you guys are down to just 4 staff people, and you're going to be out for a couple.
At least 2 weeks.
So there'll only be 3 people in the office, so a lot of stuff still going on with just 3 people doing it.
And I'll be out the first week, I'm sure, total. And that second week, I will be making phone calls, Zoom and WebEx and that type stuff. So.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. To bylaws.
Bylaws remain under review. I think we're probably a couple of weeks away from sending legal our changes.
Okay, thank you for that. Commissioners, if you haven't had a chance to look at the most recent version of the bylaws, I think they were emailed to you Friday, this past Friday, yes. So please check your inboxes for that. We've already done the budget.
Chair.
Yes.
I just want to also say the work that has gone into the rules and the bylaws up to this point that the executive committee has done, again, that has to be recognized. The time that has gone into it, the back and forth, the multiple copies. We thought we about had Matthew ready, but he came back with a list of stuff. So that's where we are now. But the
Wait till he sees our list.
but the committee, again, for the commissioners who are part of this committee, who devote your time and your work to that, which was multiple hours to get it to this point, I think that's the real work too.
Yes, I agree. Thank you very much to the committee, the bylaws committee, for all the work. We've done the budget already. Iftar, this Thursday. Commissioners, I hope that you are able to attend, register and attend. It's a great event. Doors open at 6, event begins at 6:30. 5.
5.
Starts at 5:30, got it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
As of now, we have about 320 attendees signed up thus far. It'll be also the launch of the No Hate on My Plate. So that'll be incorporated into the program, although the iftar is not per se a No Hate on My Plate event. But because of the way the iftar is set up, it mirrors what the No Hate on My Plate initiative will do. So we're looking again to pack it out even beyond this number, which is a good number. And the 5 to 5:30, when you get there, we're looking at, as people sit down, people normally sit together. So we're going to try to mix the audience up a little bit so that we can actually have some guided conversation at the tables during the meal.
Great. Thank you very much. Announcements. I just have one, is that I know that a number of commissioners are up for reappointment in April. Some will be rolling off, but they will be coming back for one more meeting, is that correct? April?
Well, let's let Matthew answer that.
I have to check what the terms are.
Okay. Those who are being reappointed, there is a process, and I think Crystal's been in contact with you, so please, we need you, so come back and get reappointed through that whole process. Some will be rolling off and not renewing. I know you're busy, but we'll miss you. But we're not gonna say bye yet, because they're coming back, right, Matt, for one more meeting? Attorney Matt?
I have to check to see when, I don't know when the terms are, when they expired.
What's the date? April 20. Oh, yes.
Yes, we're not gonna say goodbye until April.
Yes, so you have to be here
wait.
next meeting.
Next,
Commissioner Trevor.
one more meeting with us. Are there any other announcements?
Yes, I have an announcement. As many of you know, I'm the executive producer of CityCast Nashville, a daily podcast and newsletter here in Nashville designed to better help connect you to the city around you. And this morning's guest was none other than Chaplain Darren Annalise Johnson, who joined us to talk about this year's slate of hate at the legislature and how these bills targeting LGBTQIA+ and other marginalized neighbors of ours have the chance to impact everybody. So from whether or not our Pride event will be able to continue to, if you're a homeschooling parent, you have to build an extra bathroom in your house, I encourage you to tune in to listen to Commissioner Johnson's analysis, and I thank her for joining us on that.
Is it already live on there?
It is live wherever you get your podcast.
Thank you so much. I look forward to listening to it. Commissioner Johnson?
Thank you. Thank you for that, dear fellow Commissioner Pastorick. It was a lovely opportunity, and I feel actually with that type of preface that it makes all the more sense that I offer this type of comment right now. Tomorrow evening, we have another hearing in City Council about the potential expanded use of surveillance in our downtown and other areas as part of an attempt to come to a different notion of what security and safety is in this town. And leading into that conversation, I would say to this room, to those who join me in the work of trying to think how to protect against discrimination, the many different communities that we have here in Davidson County, that the impacts of such a system will be felt in an imbalanced way, and that many will be targeted in ways that we do not yet see. Just last week, the Department of Homeland Security erased from its provisions protections against surveillance on sexual orientation and gender identity, broadening the net of who could be surveilled by DHS without repercussions. Many in my community have expressed concern from the outset that this type of expanded system with or without guardrails would not protect against those who would use that footage, who would use access to it for ends other than the ones that we want to use them for here. I will set aside a debate on whether it will actually further those goals of safety that some put forward here. But I will say that it is increasingly likely that it will make many in our community, many in Davidson County, less safe, more prone to targeted surveillance, targeted policing, both small p and large p, And I would urge thoughtful, careful deliberation by my fellow community members, by my fellow commissioners, by the city council and the mayor's office as to what the impact of this type of measure could actually be. I want a safe Nashville. I'm sure that everyone else here wants a safe Nashville, but safety has to be a safety that includes all of us and doesn't leave some of us with an additional bullseye or target on our back. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. It's a lot to take in. Thank you for those thoughtful comments and the conviction that you have. Are there any other announcements? Can I have a motion to adjourn? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, no.
No, I'm just saying, we had quorum at 4:06.
It's 4:32.
I
I thought people wanted to talk more. I mean, we could.
This is not okay.
I think Commissioner Johnson gave a pretty good mic drop there, so I move we adjourn.
I can ask questions on a lot of things.
The mic's not on.
Right, okay.
And I'm not going to push your button.
Yeah, she just gave me a little.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
All those who vote to adjourn, please raise your hands.
Going Coneheads.
It's unanimous. No abstentions, no nays. Thank you all.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.